So I mentioned during the Transformers Slag podcast Saturday Night live stream that there was some images that were kicking around on the Chinese message boards, and one of those have made it all the way here to the Western market. And let's talk about it today. We have the Walmart exclusive subline capsule, the Transformers Legacy United Star Raiders Leader Class Thundertron with Calcitron and Nightstrike. A interesting 3-pack that is under the Leader Class price point, under the Star Raiders Walmart exclusive sub capsule, and there's a lot to unpack here in terms of what is going on. So we're going to do that like we always do here on the Transformers Slag podcast and make sense of it and give you the history. So let's start with this 3-pack, but let's start specifically with Thundertron himself. So like I figured, 2 months ago we did a segment talking about the Star Raiders, and I pretty much figured that this was what was going to happen. A lot of people also thought that maybe the Tiger Hawk repaint was a possibility, but it pretty much was expected because of what the lore was going to be and what Mark and Evan kind of teased at with what is the Star Raiders in this context of Legacy United. So they took that Voyager class Thundertron figure from Legacy United and pretty much filled out the rest of that price point with other items to make it a leader class. The lore with the Star Raiders was, they got to find these armorizers and they want to get them to get more power. And so there's no surprise that they put an armorizer in this set, because considering the rest of the line is kind of absent of that kind of stuff. So the Thundertron figure itself is not a straight up repaint of the original Voyager class Legacy United version. Actually has some new tooling on it, has a brand new hook hand on it, a brand new head sculpt that's more in line with the original Transformers Prime toy and even the early sketches and art that was done by Emiliano a while back. It's minor, but it's there. And I mean, when you really look at those early sketches with what Emiliano did with Hasbro in 2011, you really see that they were kind of going for that early sketch design with the head, the body, and everything like that. So it's really cool that they did that, and it gives people options if they want one design over another, because they're quite similar, but there is subtle differences between them. So that is pretty cool. And again, with that new tooling, we'll see probably maybe some other repaints maybe in the future, now that we have two different heads between them. There's the Transformers Prime Lio Prime. There's the Transformers Go Prime. There's even the far-flung future final form, try saying that 3 times fast, of Cheetor as Alpha Trizer. So between these two heads, there's probably a lot of fun that could be done there. Maybe even there's other head sculpts, we don't know. But again, this gives people another option when it comes for a Thundertron figure. And this one kind of goes more in line with that classic Thundertron from back in the day. So now let's talk about our deluxe that we have here. So the deluxe armorizer included this time around is Calcitron. I'm assuming that it's a play on calcification, which is like when salt builds up in a place. So is this a salt transformer? No doubt Mark tomorrow during the fan stream will explain what kind of rock it is and everything, because I like how he always dives a little deep into the fiction of that for these toy-only characters. For those with the sharp eye, of course, this is another retool of the deluxe armorizer Magnius in a very wintry blue and white clear pattern color scheme, which looks really nice in all honesty. I kind of dig it. It's pretty much just the Magnius mold with a brand new head sculpt. Otherwise, everything is still the same tooling from that original deluxe. And, now with that one, you put the 3 together with the other tooling that we got with Nucleos, and we got a nice big bunch here. Nucleos obviously has the biggest tooling change. This one, again, is much more like that Magnius. But now we got 3 of them. That's what they always want to do. If they could do them in 3s, they've done their job with the tooling. And the last one we got here is Nightstrike. Nightstrike is an interesting one because that's a character that originally debuted in the 2015 Robots in the Skies TV show. Didn't have a toy back then per se, except for a little PVC, which we'll get into in a moment. Was a Decepticon vampire bat, for lack of better terms. Used like sonic attacks to confuse people and then would drain them of their energon, much like a vampire bat would do with blood. Like a lot of the Decepticons in that show, while they could transform, the show didn't really depict that. Usually just kind of showed alt modes for a lot of the Beast characters. And we only really saw the robot mode of this character in promotional material, whether it be books or the Tiny Titan line, which had a little PVC figure of him, which unfortunately is the only figure that he had up to that point, much like Filch and a few other characters came from the Tiny Titans. And now we have at least something that is a figure that represents it. Now it is not a brand new tooling. It's a straight up repaint of the MicroMaster price point that doesn't exist anymore from the War for Cybertron Siege line. This is War for Cybertron Siege Ratbat that has been repainted into Nightstrike. Ratbat's tooling being used for Nightstrike kind of works pretty well. I mean, you use that bat mode to represent Nightstrike's RID show counterparts bat mode. So that kind of works. When you look at Ratbat's tape mode being used for this, then we get something kind of clever going on here, which I wonder if there's going to be some kind of long form planning. The tape mode in this case is used to kind of represent the Pirates flag that was on the Star Raiders ship, the tidal wave, which was pretty cool. And I mean, like that was drawn by Sakamoto back at the BotCon 2014 comic. So considering we have a Tidal Wave Titan class figure this year, and now we have this Siege Ratbat mold with a 5mm peg on the back because of how the Siege, gimmick worked, maybe this could be hoisted as a flag, for lack of better words. Hoist the flag, as the comic was called, with the Tidal Wave, and we could get some kind of true Star Raider crew playset, awesome shot going on here. Very curious. I'm pretty sure the Hasbro guys have something planned with this that is going to be shown to us. So I dig it. I think it's a nice little cool thing with this little box set of 3 figures and a lot of cool stuff. But what's even more awesome, let's talk about pricing and finance here like we do. This is obviously, if it's a leader, is going to be $54.99, your standard leader class price point. But think about it. You get a Voyager class, which is $34.99. You get a Deluxe class, which is $24.99. And while the MicroMaster price point doesn't exist anymore, if you kind of factor in inflation and how things are today, like half of that, because it's half of a MicroMaster price point, would probably be about $5. So that would get you up to like $65 right away for this product, but it's not $65. It's $54.99, $55 pretty much for simple math. So you save about $10 with this little box set, and I really dig that. That's pretty cool. Kind of excited about it. Kind of like what I see here. The flag alone catches my attention, if anything. And getting Nightstrike a figure finally, if you're a fan of the RID 2015 show, much like Filch, getting those characters to finally get proper figures. There's still some other members of this line that have not been revealed yet. Like we had that listing for the Deluxe Road Pig. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm pretty sure we'll probably maybe see something about this tomorrow. And what is tomorrow exactly? Well, tomorrow on Transformer Tuesday, Hasbro Pulse is going to be having the Transformers fan stream, which will be happening at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do know that there's going to be showing new Studio Series stuff. There's going to be a Pipeline teaser. BMAC teased at some head-related stuff. I don't know what he means with that exactly, but we'll see. So tune in tomorrow on the Transformer Slag podcast, and we'll break it down like we always do and make sense of everything that was talked about and everything like that. There is also some Earthspark trailers that will probably be hitting by the time you hear my voice. So there's going to be some showings of Season 2 and everything. We'll probably talk about that very much in the near future, but really wanted to talk about this item here today. So let me know what you think about all of this, and we'll talk again really soon here on the Transformer Slag podcast. And as always, thank you for listening.